Okay, so today we are going to start with American slang words, and we're going to keep this a little more simpler. Last time I think we had about 15 slang words, and today we're going to just have maybe 5 or 6. And we're going to do some that start with the letter A. So this should be easy for us to hold on to. So now I know some of you in Nepal like playing cards as well as in the United States. So you are used to seeing, right there, an ace in a deck of cards. But in slang phrases, especially in the area of like education, when somebody takes a test, could be a driving test, could be a education test, they will say, instead of ace like this, come on here camera, everything's backwards, they'd say it kind of like this, aced. So it looks like that. I aced the test. So that's how you would use the term ace. I aced the test, and that means you got a very good score. It was easy for you. You got a high mark on that. Hello. Here's the next one we have. So the first one is ace or aced, and that refers to accomplishment, typically on a test. Another one is all ears. Now, I have been referred to as having big ears, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. What does all ears mean to you, hon?
I'm listening well.
I'm listening well.
I'm all ears, ready to hear what you have to say.
So if I'm talking to you and you say, honey, I need to talk to you about our son. And you might say,
okay, I'm all ears.
I'm all ears.
I'm ready.
So that means, obviously, in literal sense, we have hands, we have nose, we have eyes, we have hair. So all ears is, would you say that allegorical or figuratively? It's not literal. So all ears is my attention is totally focused on you. Good attribute to have when you are engaged with somebody. Especially, I would pass that on for guys when you are talking to a girl. It's good to be all ears, right?
Yeah.
Is that true? Okay. All right. Okay, let's get back to education. We'll throw this out for the, let's see, Whitworth University students, University of Idaho students, and any student that calls himself a student. Could be in Nepal.
Yeah.
Okay. Tribhuvan University. So you might have experienced this. In America, we call this an all-nighter. And an all-nighter typically means you have a test tomorrow, and you have to stay up all night to study for that test. That's what an all-nighter is.
Or I worked all night.
Yeah.
Or the baby, the baby kept me up. It was an all-nighter with the baby.
It was an all-nighter with the baby because the baby was bimari, was sick to the stomach.
Yeah.
So here is the next A. We're doing A's today, and we'll review these real quick. All right, let's get this in here. Here's a phrase. Are you kidding me? So when a lot of times in American language, we will use kidding like I'm teasing somebody. And that's not what this means when you see or hear, are you kidding me? Let's see. This actually happened today, although I'm going to make the story not quite true. But let's pretend. This is 90% true. I would come into the house today and say to Carmie, I wrecked the truck. And she might say,
are you kidding me?
Okay, so there's no teasing or there's no humor in that. And so are you kidding me is typically a phrase used in some level of frustration.
Or sarcasm.
So, let's see, I don't want to come up with too many examples because it's kind of a harsh sort of a phrase, but we do use it all the time. Are you kidding me?
Or sometimes I've heard the Nepali kids, when you have teased them, they'll say, are you kidding me, Jim?
Yeah, and I'm not kidding them.
Sometimes you are.
Sometimes I am. Okay. And maybe we better let. There's. Who is that?
Ignore
All right,
her.
here we go. Another A phrase, around the clock. So maybe you've also heard the phrase 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days in a week. So now let's kind of break that down to one day, and we'd say around the clock. So maybe like if they're building a dam on the Tistacola for hydroelectricity, maybe there's a crew there that is working around the clock. Or maybe more pertinent and a very real life situation is over in Thailand. There was the 12 kids and the coach that got caught in the cave. So where I'm pretty sure that the rescuers and the effort to get those kids out of that cave were working around the clock. It means they're working day and night. So now this one we also use regularly in the United States, and I'm going to kind of cheat on this with my little paper here. Maybe you've heard this one before. ASAP. So that's an acronym for something. Anybody know what that is? Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. So here is what ASAP means. As soon as possible. So your boss might say, I need you to go to the store ASAP and get some pencils. Or a mother might say, I need you to go to, well, she wouldn't say that, but
Means
she
like,
might say
pick
that.
up your room now.
Yeah, pick up your room ASAP, as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
ASAP?
Yeah. Let's get this done.
Okay, so that's good. So we've gone through some A's. And now let's go back. We're going to go over these one more time hopefully in order. I had one that said ace. Remember I said ace, and then I put a D on it. It's kind of past tense. Aced, I aced the test. That means I did extremely well on the test, got a high mark on it. Okay, then next is all ears. I'm literally not all ears. I said I have a forehead, I have hair, kapal katni ho. I have ears too. And so when I have ears, when I'm all ears, when somebody uses that in a sentence, are you listening to me? And the person might say, yes, I'm all ears. That means I'm really focused on you, on what you're saying. I think I got these out of order.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
It's okay.
All right. Around the clock. That would mean working, could mean, there's probably variable meanings, but could mean I work around the clock. That means day and night. When we mentioned like the rescuers in Thailand. So they were working around the clock. Hello, Karna. Nice to see you. All right. Are you kidding me? Remember, all these are starting with the letter A over here. A. Are you kidding me? That means we're not joking. That means that's a phrase of frustration. A sign of frustration. Are you kidding me? All right. Did we do all-nighter? All-nighter and around the clock are kind of
Similar.
They're similar. Mm-hmm. So an all-nighter is education, typically. I did an all-nighter preparing for the test the next day. The last one we talked about, ASAP. Will you get me Ducia Anicini ASAP? As soon as possible is what that stands for. Okay, so I think that wraps up for today.